Hey folks, Leo here once again. Hope you enjoyed that little me, myself, and Irene Hank comes out video. On my other channel, I used to do scenes from movies and stuff. I want to get back into doing that, but I just gotta be careful of copyright claims and stuff. So I'm gonna put disclaimers in the videos for those videos. You know, and like I said, guys, on my new channel here, I like to do what I did on my other channel. I like to expand. I like to do different kind of videos, so that way it's not just movie reviews all the time. Just wearing my YouTube shirt. Now I'm not gonna wear it in every single video. Yeah. But anyway, hopefully the webcam's working. Somebody complained last time. I got a comment apparently saying, "Am I green light would be where my power view?" Somebody said, "Can't hear." I'm like, okay. If you guys have trouble hearing me, just let me know. But in this video on my webcam here on the camera here, I can check the volume and it's at 100. So I believe me, guys, I do check the volume to make sure it's working. I would not do a video if the volume was not working. But if you can't hear me, you have trouble hearing me, just let me know. I know I look at my phone sometimes, but that helps me during my reviews. But if you can't hear me, just let me know. I will speak up. But I'm not going to scream or raise my voice too loud because I need to be tipped. That's what I have water for. Not just because it's good, but it helps my throat so I can talk right. You know, or if I'm coughing because I just ate something, or my throat's feeling bad. Sorry, that just happens. I'm human. Anyway, guys, welcome to my new channel. Leave I'm Alley 983. Remember the mask profile picture. Thank you guys for the 287 subs. Thank you so much. Keep on subscribing, guys. I got more videos to come, more reviews to come, and I'm already planning future reviews. So, I got more videos that I'm thinking far ahead, planning far ahead. So, guys, don't think I'm quitting YouTube or anything like that. I'm not. But remember, when you're subscribed to me, for those of welcome to my channel, this is actually a new channel of mine. I know the YouTube channel that I lost the account on with the Batman Mask with the Phantasm profile picture on, but this one has the mask profile picture on. Stay on this one. You can watch videos on that channel. I shared it on this video on this channel, but don't sub to that channel. Stay sub to this one. Stay sub to this. My goal here is from the other channel to get 500 subs, and I'll probably do a Q&A video when I get there. But we're getting there. Slowly but surely, we'll get there. And because I'm not quitting YouTube anytime, guys. Just remember, if I'm not here on much, because remember, because I'm working, I do things in life too. Just not videos all the time, but it's just things in life in general that you have to work, some things you have to do in life, you know. Yeah. But anyway, remember, when you subscribe to my channel, click the little bell. It'll notify you when I upload my next video, or probably even upload a community post when the next review. Anyway, guys, what I've been doing is a superhero marathon on my YouTube channel. I've been doing what I call the 2020s era of superhero reviews. These films came out in 2020s decades we're living in now, 2020 decades, 2020 decades, starting with the year 2020 to 2025. And right now I'm in the year 2022. I only have about, well, after this will be three movies. But this film came out in August. This stars Owen Wilson. This is a superhero comedy film. I think that was released by Paramount. I don't think it was went to theaters. I'm not sure. But there's a film called Secret Headquarters. Now this is going to be a review slash rant. But I didn't hate this film. But I did not really care for this movie. This just wasn't really for me. This is more for kids nowadays. Little kids nowadays might like this movie. Yeah, I would say your kids might like it, but if you're about my age, you're 32 in your 30s, you might not really find enjoyment out of it. Now, don't get me wrong, there's plenty of movies out there for kids that I like a lot of Disney movies or animated ones. Speaking of live action, there's other ones I like too. Can't really think of it at the moment, but I don't want to sit here and do that all day. But this was just a lackluster, generic, boring, really forgettable movie in my opinion. Nothing really memorable about it. If you love Owen Wilson as an actor, if you like him as an actor, he's not. I know he's in the TV show Lucky, but if you think he's going to be in this movie, like spoiler alert, he's not. There's going to be spoilers in this review. Let's get into it. Secret Headquarters was announced in January 2021 when it was reported that Henry Jost and Errol Sherman would direct the film for Paramount Pictures and would also work on the current draft for the project. Like if you have Paramount Pictures, the app or whatever on your TV, you might watch the movie there. But I would say don't rush. But in May, Owen Wilson was cast in the film. But the film, but what's interesting to me is the film. They filming again though in Atlanta, Georgia, where I'm from, on May 25th. Michael Pena joined the role. Other cast members did too, and Lauren Boff was composed the score. The film premiered at the Signature Theater in Arlington, Virginia, on August 8, 2022. But I'm from Georgia, so it's filmed from there in Atlanta, Georgia. It was released in the United States on August 2022 on Paramount Plus. 12 2022. That's what I'm going with. Yeah. Or August 8th, don't matter. The film received generally mixed reviews from critics, which I can understand why critics are mixed on this. But it was released on DVD and Blu-ray December 20th, 2022. A couple months later, right after being released on Paramount. I could agree with it. There are far worse family viewing options, but given the talent of assembled, Secret Headquarters is a disappointingly bland and muddled action movie. I agree. Yeah. From reviews I've seen of this movie, it seems like a lot of people don't love this movie. But for the cast, you have Owen Wilson as Jack Gennard, the guard, a superhero. Owen Wilson, you've probably seen him in many movies. He's done quite a bit of movies in his career, like Starsky and Hutch. I love Starsky and Hutch. Meet the Parents, Meet the Fuckers, and Wedding Crashers with Vince Vaughn. I love that movie. I even like the internship more than this. Internship with Vince Vaughn. And the Conda from 1997, Armageddon, The Haunting, Behind Enemy Lines, No Escape, 2015, which I like. He's real good in that movie. He was a producer on a Jack Nicholson movie called As Good as It Gets. But the cable guy, he was in that. He was Robin's date. Bottle Rocket, I want to see that movie. I think that's like probably the first movie he ever worked on. Was in. I've seen The Haunting. Shanghai Noon, Shanghai Nights he did with Jackie Chan. I really love those films. I Spy with Eddie Murphy. I love that film. I want to, and Behind Enemy Lines. I like that film too. Yeah, Around the World in 80 Days. Well, he worked with that. He was his brother Luke Wilson. You know, and Starsky and Hutch. He's worked with Ben Stiller, and I love Starsky and Hutch. The movie, it's a really good film. Wedding Crashers. I love that movie. I think that's turned 20. Or I think it's going to turn 20 this year. Of course, I'm not big on Cars, but I do like him as Lightning McQueen. I love you, Mean Dupree. Neither Mean, as Jedediah, even though he's uncredited, he does play Jedediah in Night the Museum trilogy. Gilbert Taylor's really good. I love Marley and Me. That's real good. I didn't care for Marmaduke. Hall Pass I didn't care for. I hated that film even probably worse than this. Free Birds I wasn't a fan of. Yeah, I haven't seen Cars 3. Marry Me with Jennifer Lopez, a movie he did with her. He had an uncredited cameo though in as Morbius and Morbius. Oh, I guess from the TV show Loki. I'm guessing. Walker School as Charlie, his son in the movie. He was in the Adam Project. I think I might have heard of that with Ryan Reynolds, Jennifer Gardner. Haven't seen it. And he's going to do a voice for the Angry Birds movie 3. Keith L. Williams as Barry Burger. Let's see. I don't think I've seen him in anything. Manya Tamna as Maya Monroe. Jesse Williams as Sean Irons. Hmm. This is here the Traveling Pants 2. Okay. Charles Milton as Hawaii. Jesse Mueller as Lily Kenned. Hmm. I don't think I've ever seen her in anything. Can't think of it, sorry. Oh, Into the Woods, Disney movie she did, I guess. Lucius Basson as Jerry the janitor. He was in Ride Along 2, in the first Ride Along movies. Tooth Fairy 2, I'm guessing that's what Play the Cable Guy. Yeah, I didn't really have no interest in seeing that movie. DK Milk Calf as Coach Hammer. Dustin Ingram as Jersey. And Levi Tran as Virginia. The film was directed by Henry Jost, who's known for working on films like Catfish, Criminal Activity, Activity 3, Criminal Activity 4. Never seen any of those movies that he directed with Sherman. Yeah. So they directed like those two horror movies, and Nerve. Never actually heard that was a pretty good movie, but I've never seen it. But here they did, yeah. It's also you got four writers on this film, including Christopher Gilliot. Let's see, who that's not first work in Thor: The Dark World and Thor: Ragnarok and The Mandalorian. And Max Steel 2016, he wrote that crap. That film sucks. Yes, Avengers Heroes of Tomorrow versus which I Thor: The Dark World, Ragnarok, which I do enjoy those movies. I'm glad he didn't work on the Thor: Love and Thunder. The Batman, the animated show from 2000s, X-Men Evolution. Yeah, yeah. And the stories by him. Jerry Butner produced the movie. Let's see, Butner. I've heard of him. I think he worked on the Parts of the Caribbean movies, right? Let's see. He produced those. Oh, he produced Beverly Hills Cop 2 and Beverly Hills Cop 2 and Top Gun. And Top Gun Maverick, Secret Headquarters. I thought he worked on. Let's see what Disney. Let's see. Uh, The Rock and Con Air. I guess he produced those movies. Con Air was stars Nicolas Cage, and I'm talking about The Rock with the late Sean Connery and Nicolas Cage. Gone in 60 Seconds, Glory Road, Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Yeah. Cinematography by Larry Fong, who did cinematography for films like 300, Watchmen, which is another superhero film, Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, Kong Skull Island, The Predator from 2018. Excuse me. Edited by Gregory Polkin, who did the edit for films like Warlords, Weekend at Bernie's 2, Pleasantville, Frequency, Hearts of War, The Breakup, Dreamer, Friday Night Lights, World War Z, Nightlight, Happy Death Day, the first one, and it said, oh, and Get Out as well. And music's by Lauren Bell. Let's see. Oh, he's done the music for Terminator Genesis, 13, yeah, which I don't care. See, Lego Batman movie, and Mission Impossible Fallout, and Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, and Bad Boys for Life, and Bad Boys Run Die, and Black Widow, Black Adam, which are other superhero films too. Its production companies are Paramount Pictures, Jerry Butler Films, distributed by Paramount Plus. It was released August 12th, 2022. It's 104 minutes long. On the DVD here it says 130 minutes long, but it doesn't really feel like that. It does feel more. It's only, I think, 1 hour and 44 minutes long. Believe me, that's not that long, but the film does drag in some areas, and, you know. Anyway, talking about the plot synopsis of the movie. If you haven't seen this movie, don't watch this review. It's in the video right now. Again, let me get you guys know if you can't hear me. If you have trouble hearing my voice, but I can't raise my voice, and I'm not going to. Anyway, so the plot synopsis for this movie, Secret Headquarters with Owen Wilson is that his character is named, freak is his name, Jack. Jack Gillenland, Gillen, whatever. And he's a superhero known as the Guard. He's a superhero. He saves people and stuff, of course. It's from like this orb, this technology, and technology that gave him powers. And basically, with the story of the movie, that friendship and courage takes center stage when his son Charlie, the blonde kid here, and his friends, who you can all see on the poster here, upon the headquarters of the Guard, and realize that the world's most powerful superhero is his dad. Then, when an evil businessman played by Michael Pena, who you probably know from the Ant-Man movies, he sends in fucking talk, sends in a team to infiltrate the lair and retrieve the Guard's energy source. So the youngsters spring into action. They get some of the technology stuff, and they turn the tables on the intruders. So they have to fight them. And Owen Wilson, like I said, he doesn't really have much screen time in here, but he does come in later to help fight against Michael Pena. They have a fight with the suits on, and they have to stop him. He can use the technology to Michael Pena's character. He wants to steal the technology, for power to take over the world, and blah 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 blah. Owen Wilson has to, and the kids, Owen Wilson and his son and their friends, have to team up, and they have to fight him, and they have to stop Michael Pena character from taking over the world, and they have to save the world and stop him for good. And that's the plot for you. Yeah. Oh well, 92% love the family friendly. That's okay. That's cool. Anyway, I'm gonna talk about the movie itself. So if you've never seen it, turn the review off. Yeah. So I'm gonna talk about the movie itself. So again, if you've never seen Secret Headquarters starring Owen Wilson, don't watch this review. Again, I say review slash friend. I like I said, I didn't hate the film. I just didn't really care for it. Yeah. Again, I've seen better movies dealing. This movie did remind me of a lot of other movies that I've seen done better. All right. Anyway, the movie opens up with, with Owen Wilson, his son Charlie, uh, and his wife too, and they're like camping out for a night. They hear this boom in the sky. It's like this. Apparently, it's like an alien ship that comes by. He runs into this guy. I forget the guy's name. Um, he's like, "You okay?" And they said that this alien orb, I think it's called that. There's something that falls from the sky. He checks it out. It's like a spear. As you can see, he has it in his hand. So he gets the spear, and the guy who wants it is like the guard not charging, and it's like you are the guard. You see in the trailer where he touches the orb, whatever you want to call it, the spear. He touches the spear and it gives him powers, and then he gets his suit. And throughout the years, he's been fighting in action. He can't spend time with his family. Due to that, him and his wife divorce. And then you hit the 10 years later where Charlie's now a grown kid, talks about the guard, and also he plays baseball with his friend Burger, who I kind of laugh, and his brother Big Mac. Again, I laugh at these names. Then you have some of the teenage girls in here. Well, girl that he known here, I forget her name, Maya, who he apparently, they have the two of them have a little relationship going on. He liked her. He's about to have a kiss with her, but he stopped because he said that she had bad breath. He told people about it, and people made fun of her for it. She moved, and now she's coming back. You know, and then you have the girl that you find out is dating who Barbara likes, who's dating his brother Big Mac. That's this girl here. Yeah, I forget her name. She's very annoying in the film. Yeah. So anyway, he goes home. He's gonna go hang out with his dad for the weekend. He's like, let me guess, my dad's got another meeting. His dad don't have a good relationship. I've seen this before. It's like with this movie, it's the father-son relationship that doesn't work out. The dad's too busy. Now I've seen movies that deal with father-son relationships, like our parents being superheroes, like Sky High. I prefer Sky High over this. That's more memorable, in my opinion. Say what you will about Sky High, but I think that's gonna turn 20. I love Sky High. It was a childhood favorite of mine, and that's a good movie for all ages to see. A lot memorable than this. And I like that it was a school of kids, teenagers that were superheroes. That was cool. And the special effects on that movie were good too. And that film had a better story, which I cared more about characters in that than I remember more in that than I do in here. Yeah. Or Clock Stoppers. That's not a superhero film, but science fiction kind of action movie with Jesse Bradford. That was a real good film with him and his father didn't get along. Or Hook from 1991 from Ron Williams when you know when Peter and Jack don't get along. He misses some of his baseball games. Yeah, same thing with Hook, but his dad's like Peter Pan, almost like a superhero. But Hook was a lot better than this, a lot more memorable. A Goofy movie dealt with father and son issues. Yeah, and that was a lot better. Yeah, that turned 30 this year. Goofy movie did, and that's still 30 years later a better movie than this. Even when the Goofy movie hits 40 years old one day, it'll still be better than this, in my opinion. Yeah. So anyway, going off about that, go see his dad. They just play with each other. They're playing like on the Wii game. He plays like the Super Mario game, and his dad says I'll be out of town for a couple days, and he calls Burger, pretending Burger that's his mom. Burger's his mom. He's like, I'll be back in a couple days, and he's sitting there singing to himself. He brings her Maya and the other, you know, the we say tax girl, the girl that taxes a lot, who's annoying. they find his, he's trying to tell, Charlie was telling Maya how he feels, but he hits these balls, that bounce to each other, and it opens the guard's door. And it's like, my dad's not the guard. My dad works for the guard. Like, he is the guard. And they mess around with all the technology, just play around with it. The texting girl, girl on the phone all the time, gets a gets a jetpack. Charlie gets this one where he weapon on his arm that he kills Maya with. Burger gets like this wand, like kind of like he's Harry Potter or whatever. He tries to ask the girl, the testing girl out, but that doesn't work. And he found Michael Pena. He's on TV. He's a businessman that owns the place called Aragon Business. Aragon. He wants to use the guard's power source for his sinister schemes, so that he can basically take over the world. I mean, have a lot of power. A very cliche. In my opinion, I didn't care for this movie. His dialogue was bad. He was annoying. And he's every cliche villain I've ever seen in a movie where, oh, he wants power. I'm like, I've seen it many times in other superhero films. you know, he does get a suit by the way. Fight. I'm like, yeah, I've seen that where the hero versus the villain gets powers too, or the same suit, and they have to fight it out. Okay, I've seen it before. Yeah, it's nothing really new. Sean Irons, okay. Apparently, Sean Irons, that night, when the orb went off, it blew up half of his face. He's like scored. So he wants to help him break in there. He brings team to track down the power source. The kids start hiding, except the Hawaii. I guess that's her name. Yeah, I guess that's her name. One of the bad guys finds her. She's like, "Don't kill me! I didn't do crap." I'm like, "Shut up!" And it's just a lot of this movie is talking. It's boring. Everything falling asleep. Anyway, his brother Big Mac comes. They get kidnapped. Bagapina gets caught in a stupid way because him and Burger fight. Burger, and you know Burger and Charlie get into an argument. He's like, "Well, you're a wimp. You're this. You can't even go with asthma." And so he hits Burger, and some Burger like bitch slaps Charlie. I'm like, really? You're a very bigger guy than he is. You couldn't have just punched him. And I was like, stop. You guys are friends. So anyway, he captures the guy with the wand. Michael Pena gets, Argon gets captured. He tries to sweet talk the kids. He tries to, he does a kissing, see if he can trick them using his sinister ways. He's like, Charlie, come on, be the hero, man. The girl likes you. Eventually, Charlie does fall for it as later they make a switch. He's like, okay, well, lock him up. He's like, of course I lied. For all business, dude. Oh, yeah, it's also Charlie's birthday. That's why he's staying there. But anyway, oh, yeah, I forgot to mention before all these bad guys come in, like, Charlie plays baseball with this big kid that, hits the baseball with a bat, hits him right here in the chest. He also uses the power to, like, feel the baseball high. He even drives a car. And, like, he's like, what, a 10-year-old kid or something? 12, 14-year-old kid, and he can't drive yet. I was like, well, I guess was driving this easy because I played the Super Mario. So just because you played a video game that do with driving, yeah, it's not that easy, believe me. But anyway, yeah, they use the powers to also use like these kind of rings or whatever, as you can see here, to like cheating a bit, because you're cheating on the test. Yeah. But anyway, with the bad guys come, eventually Owen Wilson's able to find out that his son, that Charlie lied, and he has to fly over there. The suit is losing power. Trying to remember what happened here. They try to fight with the guys, fight with the bad guys a little bit. Uh, Charlie tries to make Maya they like stars, they know they get crushed. Owen Wilson shows up. He's like, I'm just the janitor, I'm the AT guy. I'm not and he thinks, my opinion thinks that the girl, he's looking at Irons, and Irons is not saying it's him. But even though Irons, you saw him 10 years ago, you don't remember him unless it was a hard hit and he forgot. Okay. But hmm, he's able to use Garcia to fight one of the bad guys. Like, he disintegrates them. It takes him to another dimension. Doesn't kill him. I guess. Okay. So he fights the other bad guys. You know, he's like, Dad, you're the guard the whole time. What do you tell me? Well, I can tell you this, explain that later. They escape. Michael Pena is also, he's got his own suits. Like I said, very cliche with bad guy who wants power and has his own suit and can do a lot with it. Yes, cliche very movies. I've seen those superhero films where bad guys will have the same suit or same wear or same something as the good guy, and they have to fight them. It's not just superhero movies, but it can be other movies as well. Hmm. So he shoots Owen Wilson down, injures Owen Wilson. They drive in the car. They try to go to his school to get the spear. The teacher realizes that he's fake and he runs after them. Owen Wilson's able to sneak in there. He has to wear these pink headphones for some reason. But him and Michael Pena meet, and he puts his guarding suit on. They start fighting in the school. He's like, oh, this suit's hot. They start fighting. And I didn't really care too much. Eventually, in the big gym fight, Charlie's able to throw something like a baseball, and it knocks him out. Well, we find out that Michael Pena character, he doesn't die. He just goes to another dimension. Kind of like Ant-Man with Yellow Jacket going to another dimension. Or going to the Quantum Mania. Yeah. But then at the end, he ends up dancing with Maya, and they share a kiss. He's like, "That's my breath. Good." Yeah, and he thinks that she moved. I very much Charlie thinks that Maya moved because because he told everybody that she had bad breath. Okay, no, Charlie, the moment got transferred, you idiot. So they end up being boyfriend and girlfriend. They dance that night. So he joins his dad as a crime fighter. Okay, so he's the guard junior, I guess. And Iron turns on Michael Pena because he wants to murder the kids. At the end, he does tell anybody the guard is. He's like his guardian, like keeps an eye on things for him and lets him know things. They got this futuristic looking car. Looks like almost like a short truck of the Magic School Bus or something. But anyway, the movie ends with them going to fight crime, and then that's secret headquarters. So really, not much of a movie here, folks. I don't know what else I can say about it. But again, it's only 1 hour 44 minutes long. I know what you're thinking. Yeah, that's not that long. It really felt like it, but let me give my final opinion on this movie. I'm about to be done, guys. Not gonna be too long. I don't really feel like going any further talking in this review about this movie. But to put it up, secret headquarters to give my final opinion on this movie. This movie was just forgettable. Now I'm not angry. I'm not gonna yell. It's not like I'm pissed off. But I just didn't care for this movie. It was boring. It was generic and bland. It was very forgettable. It's a forgettable movie. It's a movie that's just, you know, yeah, I can say it's meant for kids. But there's a lot of movies that I can name here that are for kids that I like. Sky High can be for kids too. But oh sorry, there's somebody share a lot. But anyway, but that's no excuse. You know, problem is the movie should have been more about Owen Wilson fighting crime and maybe dealing with better actors and stuff. If it was a movie about him, if it was a different kind of movie that I could see like being rated R, that'd been interesting. The suit looks alright. The suit does look pretty cool on Met, but it does remind me of Iron Man. And the fight at the end, Iron Man and Iron Man were better. Yeah, you can see probably a lot of kids have seen the MCU movies, and a lot of the MCU movies are better than this. You But it's very cliche. I think it rips off other movies. First of all, the story isn't all that good. Owen Wilson, he's a great actor. Don't get me wrong. I like him as an actor, but he has nothing to do in here at all. He hasn't barely anything to do in here. He doesn't even get that much screen time. It's more about kids, and these kids are just annoying, irritating, and their acting was bad. Their acting is nothing to write home about. It's just something to be questioned. I think we will. What I mean is just something questionable. Like their acting is just not very good. Child actors can be hit or miss for me, and here they're just, especially the annoying girl, they're a real big mess for me. The kids are just very annoying. I didn't care about them at all. Yeah, yeah. But this film has Four writers? Why do you need four writers on this film? Including one of the directors, I think, writes this movie too. Yeah, Henry Josh writes this movie. Why do you need four people writing this movie? Oh, and apparently, spoiler alert, the mom knew that he was a superhero, that's why they divorced. And they said tell Charlie when he's older. And how'd that work out for you? And I guess they get back together then. Yippee, I really didn't care. But the story and the direction is just bad. These guys, Henry Jost, it's if you're doing a horror movie. Because you guys can't make a superhero movie. You did terrible at it. Yeah. The cinematography, I will say, is nice. I do like the cinematography. The special effects, visual effects, look pretty decent, I think. But I've seen better. Well, better special effects. There are superhero movies that do have better special effects, in my opinion. They look more amazing than this. The editing, the action was not that good. It didn't excite me at all. You know, and the end fight was very cliche. And I've seen father son stories where, yes, I get it. Michael Piana's character, I didn't care for the cast. Owen Wilson, he's trying here, but the script doesn't do him any favors. Or the kids, yeah, Michael Piana just is a very cliched, annoying villain, very forgettable. You know, he kind of reminds me of his character a bit from Ant Man, which is trying to be the evil version of it, and he just doesn't really work for me here. He's better than the Ant Man movie, but him playing as a villain, he didn't work for me as a villain. He was just very lame and forgettable. And the whole thing with them fighting at the end with the suits, I'm like, I've seen this before. Like I said, villains who want power, it's very cliche. They want power, they want to take over the world. You know, like I've seen this trend done before, and oh, they're fighting because the villain gets the same powers as the good guy. He gets whatever the good guy has that he can fight with, or whatever his powers are. The bad guy gets it, and now they have to have a big fight at the end. It's so cliche. Seen it done better, you know. The music score is forgettable, and the humor is annoying. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention these cops that try to chase their car that drive fast. The girl, she like does a lot of screaming, doesn't shut up, and then you have this cop saying, "Pull over, car, pull over." Pull over." I'm like, why are you screaming, officer? You're not on a microphone, a speakerphone. You're just yelling in the car. I'm like, what was the point of that? And a lot of the humor is stupid, and the movie is just very boring. Yeah, as soon as we open up with 10 or 15 minutes, I'm just within 15 or 20 minutes of the movie, or 15 probably, I would say I lose interest in the film very quickly. I don't really hate this movie. It's just not good. It's just meh. Ugh. Ooh. So describe this movie. It's just not very good. It's just a lame film, pretty lame, forgettable film. I'll admit some charming. Some of the visual effects look a little decent in here. I'll give it that. Owen Wilson is trying, but that's it. Other than that, this is not a good film. Now, just because there's a rant on this house does not mean I hate this video. I mean, hate this movie. I didn't say I don't hate this movie. I don't hate it. I just don't care for it. Yeah, but anyway, guys, that's my final thoughts on this movie. I don't have anything to say about it, but like I said, if you have kids out there that, you know, that I went to high school with, if you're watching this video, if you have kids, I definitely recommend you will let them watch it. It's fine. They might like it, but you might not like it. It's aimed more for kids. It's kind of like Underdog, for instance. Underdog is a lame movie, I think, as well, unforgettable. That's more grounded for kids. You don't have to make it just for the kids. Yes, I know some things should be for kids, like Paw Patrol, that's for little kids. Or Little Pony can be for little girls. Or certain shows like Barney can be for little boys. Or little girls, whatever. But still, you don't have to make certain movies just for kids. It can be for the whole family to enjoy. Sky High, I think, is a movie that the whole family can enjoy. It's a very entertaining film. I can watch that movie by myself right now and I can still enjoy it. 20 years later, I still like it. Sky High is an underrated movie in my opinion. Yeah, that's definitely better. Yeah, Kurt Russell doesn't do a whole lot in the movie, but I do like his acting in that movie. He's fun as the character, the Commander and Jetstream, which are way better names than this, and the costumes look better, even though he kind of looks like a popsicle, with the suit on. Still, and I miss Kelly Preston though; she was great in that movie. Love Dana Panabaker in that film as well. Yeah, but the father son stuff, the whole thing of parents being superheroes, I think I've seen it done before, with other movies, but this one was forgettable in my opinion. It's not the one of the worst superhero movies but it nearly comes close to. Yeah, I would say it's one of the worst superhero movies made, but I wouldn't say it's like top five for me. No, little in the mix or bottom low, because I just didn't really feel like I hated it that much. You know, I just don't care for it. But anyway, that's what I say. Secret Headquarters, starring Owen Wilson. So guys, my rating for this film, my rating for Secret Headquarters, I'm gonna give it a thumbs down. My rating for the film is 1 out of 5 stars. So guys, if you've seen this movie, down in the comments down below, tell me what you think of it. In your opinion, do you like it? Do you hate it? Maybe let your kids watch it. What do you think of it in your opinion? And what are some Owen Wilson movies you like? Tell me in the comments down below. I did review Starsky and Hutch on my other channel, and I am planning to review Wedding Crashers. Yeah, which is a better movie than this, but that's not for kids. Alright, right. So the next review, I've only got, let's see, I think 3 movies to watch. What I want you, oh, I'll read. Alright, guys, the next review. Let's see, this is another DC animated film. This film was neither, by the way. Secret Quarters is not DC. No. Alright, this is a DC animated film that was released in October 18th. This is the 49th installment of the DC Universe animated original movies and the first fully CGI animated film from DC Entertainment. That is the 2022 Super DC animated film, Superman and Batman, Battle of the Super Sons. Yeah, yeah. Again, like that poster. Now you could probably say this movie's for kids, but this movie does have violence language. It was better than this, in my opinion. But anyway, Batman Superman Battle of the Super Sons is next. So stay tuned for that. And guys, the next review's coming up. The next 2022 movies: Black Adam, starring Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Sorry, guys. And I won't be able to review Black Panther Wakanda Forever until Sunday because the movie's a bit over 2 hours, and I'm gonna wait till then. I could try it, but I got work for the next couple. I'm off tomorrow, so I'll be able to do a review again. Oh yeah, and then for 2023 reviews, I can show you these movies. I'll show you 3 more. Oh heck, I'll just show you a couple. So the next some 2023 review could be Legion of Superheroes, Ant-Man Quantumania. You've seen those two already, but I'm just showing you that. And 3 more movies here that will be Shazam: Fear of the Gods, Batman: The Doom That Came to Gotham, and Guardians. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 4, which I'm thinking of reviewing on July 4th. Yeah, I don't want to review this over work because it's a bit late, but Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. So, go ahead. Okay. Oh, heck, I can help you. I'll show a little more. Just 2 more for now. Then after Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, it's going to be Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, which is the sequel into Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse from 2018. And another DC film, DC Extended Universe film, The Flash. Alright guys, that's enough. So that's all the superhero reviews videos coming up next on this channel. Told you guys I'm planning to do more videos. So stay tuned guys. And again, my rating for Secret Headquarters is 1 out of 5 stars and thumbs down. So tell me in the comments down below what you think of it guys. And stay tuned for my review the next review, which Batman and Superman, Battle of the Super Sons coming up next. Thanks for watching guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and see you later. Thanks for watching. Bye bye. Bye.